before we jump into this, I do want to say this is a very slim chance that this will happen. In fact, some people are already saying that this deal is dead as it is, but it has been confirmed that there have been talks between Disney and 20th Century Fox, with Disney buying 20th Century Fox. What does this mean? Well, this means a whole lot. Of course, Disney owns Marvel. This would mean that basically Marvel would get the rights to X-Men and Deadpool back. And Marvel can do, their Marvel Cinematic Universe version of X-Men, which outside of Spider-Man is their most popular, franchise.
Really?
As far as comics and cartoons and other media goes, absolutely. X-Men.
Well, nowadays
X-Men carried Marvel.
Nowadays, I feel like Avengers is a lot more popular than.
Well, now stuff. Because of the movies, yeah definitely. But when Marvel was, kind of having a hard time surviving, like X-Men came along and pretty much carried the brand.
Yeah.
There's a lot of teaming Spider-Man and X-Men up together with comics and games and cartoons. And there was a good reason for that. It was like their two number one properties. Mm-hmm. So it would be really nice. I mean, I would love to see the rights for all of Marvel's stuff return to them, since they've sold the movie rights for, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men to other movie studios.
Wait, that's Fantastic Four. That's Fox too.
Oh,
right?
You're right. Yeah.
So maybe we could actually get
a decent Fantastic
for once
Four
in the history of the universe. A good Fantastic Four movie. Not Fant Four Stick. Right. Not that early 2000s crap.
And I will say,
whatever was that thing was before.
I will say, I don't think that there's a whole lot of fans of Fantastic Four. Like, I'm certainly not a big fan of it.
Steven, it's clobbering time, dude.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's got potential. It's.
I think it's silly. I really do. I think it's silly.
But that's the thing. Like every comic book was silly until it was made a cool movie, But there hasn't been a cool movie, so.
I know the MCU do a good job with it.
Exactly.
So I should have listed that. That just leaves a few outliers like Spider-Man.
But he's not a Marvel movie.
Yeah, he's in the that was a miracle, to be honest.
It was kind of like Marvel knocked out Sony and was just like, I'm driving for a little while. Just move aside.
So this raises the possibility, of course, like X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, all coming back to
Deadpool will be Disney-fied.
Yeah, I don't think that they would be. Honestly, I don't think that they would have it be a rated R movie.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, really.
They would strip him of that?
In fact, he probably would talk about it in the film.
Yeah, you're right.
I've never cared about
Deadpool. I really don't care. Honestly, I don't care about any of this, as I was just saying. And I can tell you why. I'll tell you why, Steven.
Why?
I don't like X-Men. I've watched all the movies, and I just haven't... Well, okay, I haven't seen Apocalypse.
I haven't either.
But that's it.
That's the only one. I didn't see the Wolverine or Logan.
You didn't miss anything. Well, I haven't seen Logan, but the Wolverine was kind of crappy.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. The coolest thing about X-Men is Wolverine, first of all. But I don't like X-Men that much because there's no I like the Marvel and Avengers stuff because every superhero has their own story. Like there's diversity in their abilities. Obviously, you have diversity in the X-Men's abilities, but you have zero diversity in how they got them. I just find it kind of cheap that everyone got their powers because
they were born that
they're
way.
Mutants.
Yeah.
You can call me a hater, but I don't hate it. I just don't like that. I like to have people coming together who have all come from different things. Some have made, some are just super smart, like Tony Stark. They made their powers. Some are alien gods of thunder. Some are it's just it's a lot more fun. There's a lot more dynamic things to work with.
Yeah.
Rather than just, hey, I was born with these powers. Oh, I was born with. I don't like the mutants concept. I'm sorry. I've never been a fan of that. And the one X-Men movie that I really like, and it's probably because it features a little bit of a backstory, is X-Men Origins Wolverine. And I know it gets a lot of flack for ruining Deadpool, but who gives a crap? I don't care about Deadpool.
No one really, I'm sorry, but no one really knew, not a whole lot of people knew who Deadpool was at the time.
They could do that. That was before it was like a fad, and like every 12-year-old kid had a Deadpool hat. But that was a really good movie. That's like, I guess people don't like it. I don't really I guess I can understand, but I thought it was really fun. Like just seeing like all like how he got to adamantium and stuff, and it was probably because it's kind of an origin story, you know.
It definitely had. I would say it had more positives than negatives.
Yeah.
I mean I want to see Marvel get everything back, and I want to see them be able to like tie all this stuff back. Here's what I'm hoping will happen. I grew up watching the X-Men cartoon and the Spider-Man cartoon. So as far as Marvel properties go, like, you know, I grew up with those, you know, kind of Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. Those were all secondary as far as I was concerned. I like them a lot more now because of the movies.
Yeah, they've been made into really good movies, let's be honest.
And I think that's the case with a lot of people. Yeah. But could you imagine, like, they could make the X-Men likable? The thing with the origin story that you're talking about, you have a point, but at the same time, like, there are some... A lot of the mutant stories kind of have the same thing, like, you know, oh, my parents are afraid of me. Oh, no one understands me. School. And it's like everyone has like that subtext, like, you know, oh, humans hate everything that's different from them. Yeah. It's kind of like, okay, I get tired of it. It does get played out, and the whole like, can mutants and humanity live in peace together? Like, I just want to see Magneto fight all the X-Men. Like, can we just get to that already?
Yeah.
I understand what their motives are. I don't need it beat into me. But I would love to see, because let's face it, X-Men needs a reboot at this point.
Probably, yeah.
If it's going to continue, and I would love Marvel to be the ones to do it. Mm-hmm. You know. This is a reboot that is actually warranted. I mean, it's so funny because, like, Spider-Man has had, you know, 3 separate movie franchises in the time that X-Men has been an entire movie franchise.
I mean, let's be honest. Marvel has yet to make, within, I mean, pretty much, like, within, like, the 2000s. They have yet to make, like, a crappy movie. Like, I don't care
like,
how
since
much...
Iron Man in 2008.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and Hulk before then, honestly. Cinematic universe.
Wait, no, Hulk was after Iron Man.
It came out the same year, a few months later.
Yeah,
so it's the second movie in the MCU.
Yeah, so like none of them, they're all
good
movies. Yeah,
none of them are bad.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just look at them and say. And like people hate on Captain America, the first Avenger. That's like one of my favorites. I still don't understand why.
It's a war movie.
Everyone says it's like crappy, and I'm like, what are y'all talking about? But
I will say, Winter Soldier's much better.
I don't even think so, honestly.
Really?
I think it gets kind of... honestly, I feel like there's too much action. Sometimes. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, that's...
It's great.
It is good, though.
I love that one.
Anyways, I digress. Yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting if Marvel runs with this, but like you said, it might already be dead. I still just don't know that I would be able to get into it because, as I said, I can't really get behind the whole mutants thing. It's just not as it's not that intriguing.
Maybe they can freshen it up.
Maybe
that's my whole point.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see, definitely.